What kind of different venues are there in the city?
They range from, massive big stadiums, SECC. You've got the Hydro that's being built, it's ridiculous. There's the Barrowlands, which is really famous.
Places like Block, 13th Knot, Nice and Sleazy's, Captain's Rest, then they get in just like pubs and stuff, I'd say.
You can have the biggest bands in the world playing in Glasgow, and then you've got tiny wee pubs just outside like the studio here, right in the city centre, and you might not even know there's a band playing in it until you walk past and you hear them. It's that type of city. You can have all sorts. Every street's going to have a couple of pubs on it with bands playing. Then you've got kind of medium-sized venues where half decent bands are going to be playing you've heard of. You can pay £6 or £7 and see a decent 4 or 5 bands that night, you know. So everything for people just starting out in pubs, decent mid venues and massive stadiums.
How do you see Glasgow compared to other major cities when it comes to live music scene?
Glasgow's for a long time been one of the best cities in the UK when it comes to live music. Everybody usually always thinks London or Manchester, I suppose, in the UK, but really, as soon as you go any further north, Glasgow is really where it's at.
Glasgow, yeah. If they're going to play in Scotland, you would always say Glasgow over Edinburgh.
There's a lot of famous bands have come from Glasgow from way back in the 60s and 70s, you know, right up through to nowadays, and it's probably much bigger now.
What is your overall impression of gigging bands in Glasgow at the moment?
It's really healthy. A lot of bands, the different scale of bands, like popular, unpopular, amateur, professional. There's a lot going on. It's quite a kind of musical city. It just seems like right now there's just so many bands playing in Glasgow, and it's bands that came to live in Glasgow, and they might be go to college or uni or in shitty wee jobs, and they're make music. And I would personally say right now, due to the way music is, it's so diverse. There's a lot of bands in Glasgow for MD's required taste.
How did you guys first get noticed? Did someone contact you, or did you guys just go out and find your own gigs?
Psychedelic pretty much got us a gig.
Yeah.
That is the main thing.
Yeah, they just kind of messaged us. Well, I spoke to their front man, and he said that he'd maybe have a gig for us at some point, and we really like them, so I'd love to.
I don't think any of us really knew where to start with things.
Yeah.
Because once we'd done that gig, I got passed the details from our promoter by one of the other bands, and I've dealt with her quite a lot, and she's been a real help for getting more gigs.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, we've kind of just, because we've been noticed by more people, it's just sort of snowballed, really.
Is live music an important part of bands' life nowadays?
It's definitely probably any band's bread and butter now. It's how they make their money.
It's essential. It probably depends on if the bands probably want to do anything with their career, then the idea of not playing live or being able to play live good is suicide.
The bands that make something of themselves, the bands that go somewhere, then it's all about playing live. bands that I know, you know, that started from just doing their first gigs to now, every month they're out on the road at some point. They've still all got jobs, but really it's their bread and butter, and what being in a band is all about is going out and playing. It's not just about writing music and putting it on the internet.
How do you think internet sites like Last FM and YouTube should be used for new bands?
New bands should be using these sites as a way to get a wider audience or a bigger audience hearing their music. If they're playing a lot of live shows, the people that are seeing them live and reacting to them and enjoying what they're seeing, they're going to look them up online, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or Last FM, that kind of place, and they're going to share it and tell their friends about it. If they're telling their friends about it, they're maybe liking it as well and telling their friends. More people are turning up at shows and they're just building on what they've got. That's how they use it. They use it as a tool for more people to see or hear them that aren't going to get the chance maybe even to see them live.
But yeah, I would say bands should be totally into like playing live. As I said before, it's probably the only way they're going to make money, because they won't make money off the records or anything like that, and folk will buy their merchandise at the gigs, so it's essential that they can tap into that.
Have you guys done enough rehearsals?
Yeah.
2 years worth.
Yeah, we've done a lot of rehearsing.
Yeah, that's too much, I think. Well, there's never too much, but
It feels like it's been too
it
much.
feels like too much.
Considering how much was spent on rehearsing time.
Yeah, a lot of money went to
Yeah.
rehearsing, so yeah, a lot.
Did everything that you guys rehearsed translate well to the live performance?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
More or less absolutely different. There's a couple of points where myself and the drummer had to get the timing done absolutely perfectly on key, and that seemed to go fine. Much better than what we thought it was. It was kind of one of those kind of nail-biter ones where it was either going to work or it wouldn't work, and it seemed to come off quite well.
2, 3, look after me.
I mean, I think definitely all the rehearsing time played off perfectly because we were all pretty tight on it.
Yeah.
We all knew what we were doing, so that was really good. And I mean, obviously all our inner confidence came out, and
That was the one thing we couldn't really tell from just doing
Yeah.
studio sessions. We were fine with it. It's better than I thought it would be.
yeah, as soon as we got up there, like we always said, as soon as we get through that first song, it's going to be all on. So, and it was. So
Kind of just from the start of the song, it was fine.
yeah.
For new bands starting out, how easy do you think it is for them?
It's really as easy as they make it for themselves, to be honest. I don't know if bands nowadays put as much thought into get out and playing live as maybe some others do, because there's so many other avenues for them to use to get their music heard. But it's undoubtedly one of the most important things is playing in front of an audience.
It all depends the band, like how professional they're going to be, like if they're going to practice, and how, I mean, their ambitions as well. I mean, like obviously if you're just starting out, you're not going to you're not going to expect to play O2 or something like that. You know, you've got to do the graft and play like really small venues, pubs and stuff, and then work your way up.
If they put in the time and the effort to look for gigs, get themselves seen and heard by promoters, they could be doing gigs, you know, once a week at least. You know, if they're not going to put in the effort themselves, then they'll rarely get gigs. It'll be once or twice a year. You know, it's really up to the band and how much effort they put into it.
Kick it old school with the new school vibe. Hip hop till I drop and then I'm down to raid. Rocking up your mind like I'm here beside.
As a promoter, what do you look for in bands when you're putting on a gig?
Mostly stuff that I like, first of all. Diversity. I don't really want to put on a band that kinda sounds lazy.
You can see in the band themselves when they're playing if they're really into what they're doing. They're not afraid to make mistakes and mess up on stage. I mean, that's normal, but if they can still get past that and not completely crumble, that's a sign of definite respect for a new band. Looking for that kind of passion. They really sound like they want to play, they enjoy what they're doing on stage, and sometimes not so much, but if you're just listening to a demo or seeing something or hearing something online, you don't really get the full impact of it. It might sound good, but until you actually see them, you really can't make up your mind. So really, that's what you're looking for. Being able to see the band and see them playing together and seeing how much they enjoy it and the kind of passion they have for it.
What do you do for new bands to get them noticed?
Well, providing the band is, you know, willing to put in the time, then I'll book them as many gigs as I can. You know, sometimes it has to be short notice if something comes up, and if bands are willing to, when it is short notice, play gigs, then awesome, I'll give them a lot more time. I'll book them for more gigs. The more gigs they're getting booked, the more they're getting heard.
I mean, I've got Beardrop 2 coming up in April, and that was just spawned on by a band wanting me to put them on and having another night. And after that, I just had to go around and like ask bands that I would like. The order was like, I just wanted to pick bands for that night that I want to see live.
But if you've got a band you can count on, you can call maybe a week before a show because someone else has pulled it, then I'm going to use them as much as I can. And the more I use them in my shows, then the more people are hearing them, and the more a chance they've got of making something with their music.
Kick it old school with the new school vibe. Hip hop till I drop and then I'm down to raid. Rocking up your mind like I'm here beside. Cause I'm going psychotic, cause it's getting chaotic. MP's in the house, so it's good, don't knock it, try it out. Feel it in your eardrums, start necking drinks. Time to fill your lungs burn. On the count of 3, it's time to flow with me.
Alright, I'm Connor, I'm the front man of Monkey Puzzle, or the rapper. We've been about for about 3 years, and we've just started gigging, so yeah, check out the Facebook page, Monkey Puzzle, Bandcamp as well, free downloads, check out.
Monkey fucking puzzle. This is a new song,
How did you guys first get noticed? Did someone contact you, or did you go out and find the gigs yourself?
Well, we wrote letters in our chest and then we stood in front of a billboard in the Breville Cross.
What makes this band different from others that are out there at the moment?
For fuck's sake!
I'm John Dickey. I've been writing for Beardrop for 1 year, and it is the most sensual thing I ever done.